Good morning, friends. A little sneak preview there that, yeah, the girls are both awake, but they're getting books and coming down the hall and grabbing stuff. So, could be a couple of minutes of just me this morning to get started here. I know that Kate was getting a shower in, and Charlie was lazying around this morning. So, yeah, and as you can see by our little thumbnail image, we're talking about Ryan Reynolds movies this morning because we've now seen both of his new movies that are streaming. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch Free Guy is over there, I believe. And if you have Netflix, you can watch The Adam Project, which is streaming over there. And we've now seen both of them, so we'll give you some thoughts on some of those. I got a an Uncanny X Men, except for that book right there, little Uncanny X-Men 80s love going on here, although that might be 90s. Yeah, I think that one, that might be 1990, somewhere in there. So late 80s, early 90s X-Men mutant love going on here. We've got some people in the chat to say hi to this morning, so let's kick it off there this morning. We got Ariel Red as the first one I see in the chat. Right after I posted the stream, she was there. She was on it. We got White Tiger, Ruben Guzman, Cowabunga fam to you, sir. Got TM Nerdy. He said he loved the Free Guy, has not seen the Adam Project yet. So there you go. He knows what's up. We got Rob Boswell in the chat. What is going on, Rob? We got Rod the Rican. He is a member of the Notification Gang because he is the first person after this stream went live to jump in and say hello. So he's got that notification bell clicked. If you don't know what that means, it's underneath wherever you're watching this. Usually there's a little bell on the side. And if you tap it, it gives you some choices. And I have the notification bell clicked for channel friends so that when I know they go live, I get a little notice and I can go and find their streams. So sometimes for people that go live a lot, it's hard to know necessarily when they're live. So clicking the notification bell makes a big difference in finding those friends that do live streams regularly. We got Beckerman. What is going on with you this morning, Mr. Beckerman? And we got Steve the Captain. What's up, Captain? Ahoy to you, sir. I got Simon R saying good morning. Hope things are doing well. Ariel Red says she's all about Ryan Reynolds. I mean, who's not, right? Ryan Reynolds is pretty awesome all around. He's got major nerd cred besides being stunningly handsome and super talented and seemingly very funny and very nice. He's got a lot of nerd cred as well. Nick says, "Hey yo, how can I not be here after hearing the voice the other morning? That voice." Good morning to you. We got Miss So. Good morning to you, Miss So. I hope things are going well for you this morning. And I think I got everybody. So let me get a drink of my warm beverage this morning. I got my Groot cup going this morning, nice and full, and I'm gonna probably burn myself here. There you go. I was also up this morning early and I decided to rewatch the Snyder Cut. I haven't watched that since it originally dropped. I have not rewatched it. I think I watched it. I might have watched it 3 times when it originally came out. I watched it on my own just to kind of get a sense for it so I could be in these conversations. Then I watched it with my wife, and then I watched maybe it was twice. Maybe it was with my wife and girls the second time. So maybe twice that first month that it came out, and I haven't watched it since. So I gave it another shot this morning. Still have all the same problems with it, but I'm happy that Zach got the chance to finish the film the way he wanted to, and that he could say a little nice thing to his the daughter that he lost while they were making the movie. The bounciest superhero, Speedball. I mean, yeah. Where is he? Where is he back there behind me somewhere? I don't think he's in there anywhere. Yeah, I don't see him in the background anywhere there. But Speedball. He is the bounciest superhero. Long live Speedball. All right, so good morning, everybody. I got my comics from this week. I did not buy a lot this week. This was a really chill week for me. I only had 3 issues that I purchased and then one that I read digitally. So 4 comics that I had to read this week. And I can give you an idea. First off, I read Booster Gold, Blue and Gold, with 2 Blue Beetles involved because Jaime Reyes played a part in this one. And this is the penultimate issue because next month is the finale to this series, which has been good, not great. I'm enjoying it. I don't think they're nailing it. And I think it's partly just I don't know that Dan Jurgens is as good a writer as he used to be. And so I think it's a little challenging for that. What is going on, Robert Galvin? Good to see you this morning. So I think this would be a fun read in like a collected edition. I think it's definitely a lighthearted throwback to late 80s, early 90s. So there's Blue and Gold issue 7. Got that. The only indie comic book I read this week was Bylines in Blood from Aftershock. This is kind of a futuristic noir detective story about a female who used to work as a journalist. Now she's a private investigator, and her former editor at the newspaper where she worked is murdered, and she is trying to solve that crime in the era of everybody has like a little drone camera that follows them around, and they're always broadcasting. There's like high-tech murder kind of going on. This has been a fun mystery series. This is issue 3, right? Yeah, issue 3. I think it's going to be 5-6 issues like most indies these days, but I like the character, I like the universe, and I like a good mystery story. I like a good crime noir kind of thing. And this guy has a kind of fun futuristic vibe to it. If you haven't been trying out Bylines of Blood, it might be something you want to check out. Imagine it's difficult churning out stories for characters you've been using for 30 years, right? Beckerman, good point. Great point. Like, I don't know that I would want Chris Claremont to come back and write the X-Men again. I don't know. I think he did a wonderful job, and we can just kind of let it happen. And then the last book I bought this week is the part 2 to my favorite book from last week. So I thought this issue of Kal-El, Superman, Son of Kal-El, was an amazing read. I love the team up, and now we're finishing it off, and we're getting some of the Flash Wally West in this issue of Nightwing. The art is not Bruno Redondo, so it's not as good. I don't know Borges, but he does a fairly capable job of continuing this. But I did enjoy this a ton. It's just, it's Tom Taylor's Nightwing. I don't know what I could say about it to convince you to try it, because if you haven't tried it, you're probably not going to I'm not going to convince you right now with this one issue. So there we go. Those are the 3 issues of comics I bought this week. I did read, Jennifer's here. I did read the X Lives of Wolverine issue 5, the finale of that half of the story. And I thought it was great. And it leads to the finale next week. Yeah. Of X Deaths of Wolverine. So I've been really enjoying that 10-issue series. The X Lives has been good, not great. X Deaths has been crazy and wild and great the whole time. All right, Robert Galvin saying, Brother John and chat, DMZ was so good. Sorry, had me crying in the end. Loved it so much. Now, I was curious, Robert. Here's Charlie. I was curious, Robert, DMZ, is this based on the Vertigo comic? Because the Vertigo comic I remember was about a young man, photojournalist, trapped in New York after it becomes a demilitarized zone, and there's like a revolution being led. Is that the comic? It's based on that, right? Okay, because did they gender swap the main character to make them a woman? Because I thought it was a main character was a female, and I didn't know if they just did a gender swap on it. I mean, I'm down either way, but I do remember reading. I think I've got the first 3 volumes of that series, and really thought it was a cool comic. I never finished it, but I enjoyed what I read. And I want to say that's on Showtime. So I don't think I can watch it yet. I have to wait until it's streaming somewhere down the road. But I loved the comic is definitely worth checking out. Charlie, I got your bagel out here, sweetie. Oh, you're going to put some jelly on it? She's going to jelly up her comic. Or her comic. Her bagel. Her bagel. Oh, it's on HBO Max. Oh, so I might need to check that out then. As I said, I was on HBO Max this morning finishing off the Snyder Cut, my third or fourth watch of it. I hadn't seen it since that first month that they released it, I hadn't seen it. So it was good to give it time and then rewatch it to make sure. I have a hard time like giving an opinion on something after just one exposure to it. So especially movies and even comic books, I feel like I usually want to read it twice or watch it more than once to really decide how I feel about it. And so I really just kind of wanted to solidify my thinking on it. I didn't love it, but I've never really loved it, but I was happy that Snyder, because those that don't know, his daughter died during the filming of the movie. And then he didn't feel like he was able to give the film the right focus. So he had to stop in the middle of shooting and go and deal with this family trauma. And the studio struggled. They didn't want to shut down production. They didn't want to take a break. They didn't want to do anything but keep the ball rolling, which was ridiculous. They brought in Joss Whedon. Apparently it was a total debacle. And then the movie that got released was a bit of a disaster. So I was kind of glad that Zach got the chance to finish the movie his way and could dedicate it to his daughter. And all of that, I was very happy that he got that. And of course that he could finish the saga, the Snyder era, that he could finish it his way. Because I doubt anytime soon that he's going to get the chance to come back and do more. And I'm fine with that. I feel like he had a really good shot at it, and I don't necessarily feel like I needed any more. So I was good with it. Lady Fantastic is here. What is going on, Lady F? I hope you're having a start to your weekend that's a good one. Charlie's just coming back. She got her bagel all set. Kate's joining us. She's now showered. She's got wet hair because we're ready to talk about girls. Oh, look at that. Perfectly timed. Girls, we got to decide and give miniature reviews on Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds and The Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds. Now we've seen all the Ryan Reynolds. We got all the Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, there's one other movie that you guys didn't see, but
he's got another movie?
Red Notice. You guys didn't see it.
He's not in that though.
Yeah, he is.
Red Notice?
He's one of like the main characters. Gal Gadot,
sorry.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh my gosh, where's that streaming?
Netflix.
Gosh darn it, there's a third Ryan Reynolds movie? Does this guy do anything but make movies all the time?
No, that's his job.
Yes, makes jokes on Instagram about his kids.
Man. I had a lot, I have a lot of problems with Snyder Cut, Jen, so I totally get that. Is definitely one that I would add to the list for sure. Kyle, the promiscuous time traveler, is here. Good morning. Okay, well, apparently we have a third Ryan Reynolds movie to watch later, but we got two of them down for you.
That one's rated R, though.
Free Guy and Adam Project, more family friendly, you're saying, than the R-rated one. Okay, well, that works better for our channel anyways. So quickly, Kate, give us your review. We just watched Adam Project last night. How did you feel about the Adam Project?
It was really good. I feel like it was really put together really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked the kid. And that was his first movie. And he did really well.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. It was really good. It made me cry because I'm such a little baby. But it was so good. I liked it a lot.
I'd say you're in touch with your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you a baby. And yeah, Jennifer is right. The director of Free Guy and The Adam Project is directing the third Deadpool movie. It's Levy, Sean Levy.
He produces Stranger Things too.
And he produces Stranger Things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you give a thumbs up to Adam Project.
Definitely a thumbs up.
Charlie, what's your review of The Adam Project?
I liked it. but I felt like it might have needed a little something. So like, I don't know. I just felt like it needed something. I felt like, what's her name? The girl was like, kind of supposed to be like a big part where like keeps looking at her picture, and then it's like she's only in it for like 10 minutes, and then like she's not there the rest of the movie until the end, and then she's just like, oh, now you only have 2 minutes to screen. Done. Like that needs something. And
it rushed the ending, you think?
The dad needed more. Like, I felt like the dad was too like angry at his kids, and like he should have been like, oh my god, like hi, like oh wow, like you're here, and he was more like, get out of my life.
We will not like spoil the movies. Don't worry, we're spoiler light here on this channel, so you're all good on that. And this review I heard a bunch, Jeff. So when we get to Free Guy, we'll probably bring this back up. But that's a good point. All right. So do you still give Adam Project a thumbs up? It's just not a super enthusiastic one. It's
out of 10, I would
out of 10
give it a like 9.5.
Ooh,
it just needed
9.5 is like A+. Like that's a super high grade.
8.
And 8 is a B, right? Or
Yeah.
B minus technically.
Like an 8 and a 4th.
8 and a 4th. 8.25.
Yes.
$8.25 out of $10.
Pretty specific.
What is up, Bearded Comic Bros in the chat? He liked your joke that you made on your post. He commented, I see what you did there.
Yeah, because I said we aced this, and one of the characters was aced.
Very good. He had another great discussion with his wife on animals in comics.
Was Cosmo in there?
And Cosmo did not come up in this one.
Because he was in the last one.
He was in the last one, yeah. But you'll have to tune in to find out. And we've also got Flash by Night. What is going on, Flash by Night? Good to see you. Miss So says, haven't seen Free Guy yet, but love Ryan. Want to see Adam Project. So there you go. So for me, I would say I liked Adam Project, but I didn't love Adam Project. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. I felt like there was not enough emotional connection. I felt like they had great special effects, wonderful action, and a ton of great actors. This is like a who's who of Marvel. You had, Jennifer Garner, who played Elektra. You had Mark Ruffalo, who played the Hulk. You got Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool. You had a ton of great actors. Zoe Saldana is in it. Gamora. Lots of great characters. A 7 is an F.
What?
No, wait, a 7's a C. What are you talking about? I mean, it's not a high grade. I think a C is not a great grade. It makes no sense. It passed. I mean, I enjoyed it. I got some joy out of it, but not a ton. And I was definitely moments where I was like, this doesn't make sense. It's a time travel movie, and I will say a ton of the time travel rules make no sense to me. And there's not a lot of time travel logic to it. It does not hold up under really intense scrutiny, I have a feeling. So I like a time travel movie with rules that really sticks to it. So for me, that's the thing that really gets me when it comes to time travel. I need good, solid, foundational time travel stuff. Congrats to JP Budget Collecting, who just joined the chat. He had a major CGC unboxing last night, and he broke all the rules. 2 books, and he only took like 15 minutes to open them up. 2 books should take you an hour. You should really go slowly through and talk about it. But he got an amazing grade on one of them. But I won't tell you which one. You got to check it out. You got to watch it. Right? It's no About Time. About Time is a phenomenal time travel movie, but we'll deal with that another day. E.T. vibes from Adam Project, says Simon R. Totally agree with that. Sharon, Life with 2 YouTubers. Good morning to you. I was reading chapter 12 this morning. I finally got back around to it, so hopefully I'll finish that today. That's my goal for today. Older John is similar to cool. Yeah, I mean, there is some fun. I mean, I love time travel movies. Frequency is a great time travel movie. Back to the Future, of course.
Just Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, a time travel show, right? Would you like me to break down the rules of time? I mean, I would love to hear Kyle's discussion of time travel, because I know he has had a lot of success. What's the time travel one that oh geez, Rachel McAdams is the time traveler's wife, I think is what it's called. Really, really great time travel movie. So lots of really good ones. This just felt like a second tier, like it's one tier below for me. But let's talk about The Free Guy, which was the other Ryan Reynolds family-ish movie, PG-13 movie. Roscoe is here. What's going on, Roscoe? Good to see you this morning, man. So, Kate, you want to go first on this one, or should we have Charlie go first this time? Charlie, what are your thoughts on Free Guy, the Ryan Reynolds, hey, I'm a character in a video game movie? I know. You should have been ready. I was telling you both we're going to talk, so choo, choo, choo.
Oh, my God. Bro.
You both took a bite right when I was like clearly setting you up for discussing this, right? Ooh, look, a Kate gets a yellow heart and Charlie gets a blue heart. There you go. UCLA colors.
No, because blue.
Oh, so you're able to talk now? Okay, good. Tell us what you feel about Free Guy, Charlie.
I liked it. Done.
Not a little bit more. Give me a little bit more. No bites. Come on. A little bit more.
10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10.
What?
Wow. A perfect score. That's a very high grade.
I mean, personally, I thought it was way better than the Adam Project. I thought it was like, it had fun characters. It had like everything had a meaning. And like, I loved it.
We are enjoying our bagels, Roscoe. That's for sure. So you thought it was a lot more fun. There was some deeper meaning to it, and really, really enjoyed it.
Funny, and like you got like almost all the best actors ever in that. Like the special scene, I'm not gonna spoil.
There's lots of little special scenes, yes, lots of little cameos. I'm just saying those aren't characters. There are lots of cool items, objects that make cameos because Disney was owning the property rights. They played around in the Disney universe a bunch, right? And I thought that was really, really fun.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, little donation to the Bagel Comic Book Fund and Ryan Reynolds chat this morning. Thanks for starting the weekend off right. Thank you, Ariel. You are way too kind, as always. So let's give you some cool stuff to talk about. Let's how about a little singing? Right in the dome. And some slip and slide. So there's some great comments going on here. Yeah, Taika Waititi playing the creator of the game. Great cameo from him. The lady who plays the female lead in the game is a really talented actress, and I can't remember her name, but she is on that show Killing Eve, and she's great on that show doing all these different accents. She's just pretty impressive lady.
Joe Geary.
And I totally agree with this. I think the Ready Player One movie was super bland compared to the book. Mm-hmm. And the Free Guy movie had so much great flavor that I really enjoyed that for sure. Chet is here and he says, what's going on? I'm on your time zone in Denver. Not too far early on the side of the map. Yeah, right. Good morning to you then, sir. Hope you're having some good start to your day there. All right, so Kate, what were your thoughts on The Free Guy?
I don't know. Like, it was really good, but I feel like the little, can I say romance? Little romance they had wasn't very good between Ryan and the girl. Video game character.
Right.
I didn't really get it. And then the end, it kind of made sense, but it was mixed feelings about that part.
Right.
I thought that, what's his name? Taika Waititi.
Taika, the bad guy?
Yeah, he did really well. He was so funny, but he was also menacing. So he did really well.
Okay.
And I don't know what the guy working with Joe Keery, his name was, but he's really funny too. I've seen him in a lot of things. I feel like
The guy working with
yeah.
the guy,
Guy in the bunny suit.
okay, the partner to the guy from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. The two tech guys
Yeah.
working in
Both
the
were
on
really
the on
funny.
the game. Gotcha. Yeah.
Obviously, Joe Keery was really funny. His whole character was like
Yeah.
really
So one of the key actors from Stranger Things who plays the character. What's his name on Stranger Things?
Oh, Steve.
Steve.
Boy.
I see. I don't know the actors' names. Steve, with the awesome hair from Stranger Things, has a significant part here. Which, to your point about the love story, I don't think the love story was ever going to be between Ryan and Jodie Comer.
I know, but like
says JP,
I didn't
because
want it to,
one
but
of
it was
them
like,
is a actual person and the other is a computer
I
program.
know, that's why I thought it was weird.
So that was never the love story. It was really a coming of age story or a
Love letter.
A journey story where you see Ryan's character learning something about himself, right? Which was more interesting to me. But I get your point. The love story was kind of a mix match.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And then at the end, there's another love story that kind of comes in that you're like, does that fit as well? You know,
that does make sense.
Did it work for you? That one? Okay. And Jeff has a great point here. He says every time he sees a Ryan Reynolds movie, which seems to be a lot these days, he gets excited for a new Deadpool movie, which I think that's kind of the idea. I think Disney wants to keep paying him money to make movies so that eventually they've still got him on the hook for a new Deadpool movie. However that comes, however that happens. Let's see here. Bob says, good morning, everybody. Good morning to the chat and the family. What is going on, Bob? I hope things are going well for you. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. We got Super Russ in the chat. And I thought that was an interesting choice too. Jennifer says, free guy making Guy asexual, meaning making him a character who's not like having a love story. When he sees Jodie Comer, when he sees her in the game, he does kind of like, she wakes him up out of his trance, right? Mm-hmm. But it's more the song she's singing, right? Mm-hmm. Like she's singing this song. And then later, she just awakens in him his real goals in life. So as you can kind of see, I liked Free Guy a ton. And I gave that one a big thumbs up. I do think it's a little bit long. Yeah. And I do think it kind of like the ending just keeps going and going. But I never stopped being entertained. I think there's a funny battle with a big brawny villain at the end. It's kind of entertaining. I think they do a great job with that. I love his relationship with his best friend at the bank. Mm-hmm. And the only big flaw for me is that it's basically the Lego movie
in real life
done as a video game for a video game fans, right? Lego movie is about this one little Lego guy who doesn't realize that he's in a world controlled by kids and that he is the one and that he has the power to completely flip the whole Lego universe on its head and help all these characters rise up and change the game. It's exactly the same thing for Free Guy. And the funny thing is Emmett and Guy, those two lead characters, mm-hmm. have the exact same attitude. They want to sing, they want to dance, they love the party, they're going to get their coffee first thing in the morning. Like they are identical characters. Emmett, the Lego movie main character, voiced by Chris Pratt, and then Ryan Reynolds as Guy are like basically the exact same character. So for me, like that was the only flaw, was I knew exactly what was happening like the whole time, because if you've seen the Lego movie, you've seen Free Guy. It's
a more adult version.
It's slightly more adult, but it's basically, instead of for kids who play with Legos, it's for slightly older teens who play video games.
Mm-hmm. When we're gonna get the adult version,
right? Miss So says, as much as I love Ryan, he's kind of turned into Jack Nicholson. He's always playing Ryan in every movie. That's a great point about Ryan Reynolds. He is definitely playing himself. Mm. He's not necessarily playing characters. He's playing Ryan with his sense of humor is the same every time. His line delivery is the same almost every time. And that's fair.
Ad-libs a lot.
I think he has found a niche for himself as these like handsome, awkwardly funny leading action star characters.
Mhm.
And I think he's in that cycle and he's playing, I totally agree with that critique. However, you can go and find movies with him where he is pushing himself to another layer. But I do agree. He does kind of play that role over and over again. Jeff Schultz says Free Guy was a classic, the crazy things you would do for love movie, right? Or when you realize that you're in a game with very free rules, what you would do, right? What you could do for sure, right? Jack Black, there's a lot of actors that fit that category. Yeah, I do agree. So I would give that a big thumbs up, Free Guy. And if I had to choose between the two, I prefer Free Guy. That would be the movie I would recommend if I was going to tell you to watch one of them. That's the one I would recommend. What about you, Charlie?
Free Guy.
Free Guy, Charlie. Kate?
Adam Project.
And Kate's sticking with the Adam Project. So there you go. We got a split panel and give you some kind of fun reviews on these two movies that are streaming. And apparently there's a third called
Red Notice.
Yeah.
Kate
I got
would
Turning
prefer
Red
Notice.
and Red
You'll
Notice.
like
I'm trying to
Notice.
keep
I know.
them straight. Ryan as a game character, Ryan as a spy, Ryan as a superhero pretty much is his role in Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair. He's secretly a genius, but he didn't think we would believe it, so he dumbs himself down. There you go. He's cast better in the Free Guy movie. That's possible. You could say that. I also think that they're testing that relationship of the director and the actor working together on two movies in a row, getting a relationship together so that when they make this Deadpool movie, they've got a system, a shorthand to do special effects, to do stunts, all of these things. So you can see that they were clearly trying to work within those similar budgets. All right, so there you go. We're on a little Ryan Reynolds movie breakdown. Anything else you guys want to say on those movies? Are you good?
I didn't. Okay. I like. Just because I chose Adam Project doesn't mean I didn't like Free Guy, because I did really, really like it. That's all.
Mhm.
That's all I want to say.
You just liked Adam a little bit
Project
more.
A little more. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you bring any books down, Caters? Anything you've been reading lately? Anything you've been enjoying? That's it.
I've been busy. I've been math testing and all kinds of things.
Yeah, you've been doing great. Kate's been scoring perfect scores on all our math tests lately, just crushing those math tests. So huge. We've been celebrating again and again all her awesome math scores. I feel like if Adam Project had been based in the 70s, it would have vibed better. That could be interesting. That's fair. It's all like time traveling from 2050 back to 2018 at the most. So it's all within that one like 30-year chunk in time. That's an interesting comment.
It's weird to think that the 2050, which is where his time is, where time travel's invented, it's only 28 years away.
We are definitely there.
That's so weird.
Yep.
You would be 60 something, right?
I thought you were getting scores in math that were really, really good.
28 years,
You'd
be 72.
Or 3, depending on
what month it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Miss Sosa, she was terrible at math in school, and that and G Spot says, "Congrats, Kate, well done." So there you go.
I'm tired this morning.
We've got a somewhat busy weekend going around here. Sick burn, says Promiscuous. We got a somewhat busy weekend around here. Charlie's got a soccer scrimmage today.
What time?
I want to say it's around 11 our time, so sometime this morning. We're having dinner with family friends tonight, making homemade pizzas. Should be a lot of fun this evening. And
I have a question about movies.
I
think you know what I would ask, but like, what time does the thing with Auntie Juju end? Because there's showings after.
The good news is our Sunday night dinner plans got canceled.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, don't be doing that.
Go ahead.
So it's possible we have some Sunday midday time.
All right, I will ask.
That might work.
'Cause-
Bronze
That
Page
work?
is here. He says, "Hey guys, on a non-comic subject, I sat through the musical West Side Story. He says he gives it a 3 out of 5. We have seen the original.
Yeah, we saw the original, but
But
I
the
heard the new one wasn't as good.
The new version that Steven Spielberg made, I believe, he's and maybe Bronze Page can tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I thought it was Spielberg. The new version is now streaming on HBO, I believe, as well.
We have so many movies to watch.
There's a lot to watch. We're trying to keep up with everything. The girls have almost finished catching up on the Boba Fett show, because the last few Boba Fett episodes, you got some Mandalorian in there, you got some Grogu, you got some Luke Skywalker. Not to spoil all that for you guys, but it's been over for about 3 weeks. The girls have enjoyed it. In fact, Kate was freaking out over the Grogu stuff the other day.
That's because it's Grogu. That's different. Those are the movies we still have to watch. I did 2 checks because there's 3 movies.
Well, we finished Dark Knight, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Dark Knight's done. We're basically done with the first 2 prequel Star Wars, so we have one more of those.
We haven't seen Turning Red. It's on our list. It's like the next
We've
one.
watched the girls got to watch Real Genius. Kate got to. Okay, let's pause there for a second. Yeah, we haven't talked about that one yet. Kate got to see young Val Kilmer as a genius scientist in the movie Real Genius.
Yeah.
I am a big. Alec Whitewell Comics jumped in at just the right time, because I know he likes 80s comedies. I think he's a Real Genius fan. I love Top Secret with Val Kilmer. I think Val Kilmer as a comedic actor, really undervalued, really underappreciated.
Charlie, did we finish it? Because we started it late and then we had to turn it off because it was time to go to bed.
Jeff Schultz is pointing out the ending. Do you remember the popcorn scene?
No.
Then you didn't finish it. Wah, wah.
We didn't finish it because he had to take a shower or something.
We do have a paper list, just because there is so much going on these days. Look, Nick loves Real Genius. JP loves Real Genius, and it's streaming on HBO as well, I think. We're mentioning HBO a ton. We should get a little kickback. I don't know.
I know.
But that was one that you watched. So how are you enjoying it so far?
It was so good. It was so funny. The little guy that goes into the closet, and he's like,
just disappears.
He was funny. Yeah.
But yeah, the guy that lives in their
we're
closet.
At the part where they're just getting they just put the mind thing into Kent.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But Kent's so annoying.
They put the little thing in his braces.
Yeah, and the guy's they're about to what's his name? Val Kilmer's character Chris is about to run to the lab and see their project is gone.
Beckerman says, I want a roller coaster in his closet, just like in the movie.
Yeah.
Simon R says a great soundtrack. Where was it? Miss So says, great movie. Sorry to hear about Val Kilmer's issues with throat cancer. Absolutely. There's a documentary on Amazon that kind of goes through his career and his struggles most recently. But you can see that his spirit and his timing and his kind of joy is all still there.
He can't speak.
He's lost his voice. He's cancer-free, as far as I understand. He is cancer-free. And he is back and able to be in his son's life, and his son narrates the movie for him, because he has a very similar sounding voice. Aww. So he kind of is able to lend his dad back his voice in that way. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that's so nice, though.
Have they seen Adventures in Babysitting? No, but I'll add it to the list and see if it's streaming anywhere.
We saw V for
Adventures in
Vendetta. I saw V for Vendetta.
Is a classic.
Charlie didn't see it, but I saw V for Vendetta.
Is it listed there? Did somebody mention it?
No. I
saw it. Yes, we crossed out V for Vendetta because Kate and I started watching that one night when Charlie had soccer.
It was so good.
And we might be able to give that a shot. So we got a lot of movies checked off of our list. We have one episode of Book of Boba left. I wanted to make them watch Batman 66, the old Adam West.
We didn't finish the second Star Wars movie.
No, we did not. We're almost done with it.
So no check.
I didn't check that one off. I'm not in charge of the checks. I'm just striking lines
done.
through it. Halloween Part 2 is on HBO Max. DC should just stick to the animated movies. I mean, that's fair. Sith Lordley's in the chat. What's going on? He says that Val documentary was inspirational and sad. Yeah, I totally agree. it just makes you realize how much an impact he had on a certain era of movie watcher like you and I. And yeah, amazing, really powerful. A buddy classic. What is it? I think they're talking about Real Genius still. Okay. Top Secret is, I mean, I love Top Secret. They haven't seen Top Gun. That one's a little saucy. And they haven't seen Heat. That one's pretty violent and saucy. Salton Sea, good underrated pick for him. That's well played. Time Traveler says, I have a bunch of movies that I can recommend, but you guys are already swamped. Always happy to hear. If you want to drop any in the chat, Kyle, we're happy to add movies. It's always a question of like, is a movie appropriate enough? Can the whole family enjoy it? Daddy, like that's the trick here.
Daddy, he knows because he's a promiscuous time traveler.
So he traveled into the future to see the good movies that are still coming out. Maybe Kyle can tell us the best movies of 2022, the stuff we should be looking forward to. JP lists all of my favorite Val Kilmer movies. Heat, Tombstone is a Western that you girls could really enjoy, I think. Real Genius and Top Secret, you both have seen his best comedies. Again? Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Where he's the singer?
Underwater and he like punches somebody.
Yeah, the bar fight underwater.
Top Secret, I don't think I watched that movie.
You did.
It's very silly. He's like a singer in Nazi Germany, and he's like an Elvis kind of guy, remember?
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that movie
so
was
good.
We have to watch it again.
Right? We can put it back on here and see it again.
There was a girl in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember all that. Yeah, never mind. I got it.
Yeah, at one point she does like that ET trick and her boobs go like woo, woo. They glow like ET's like little chest glows.
Remember that.
Don't remember that part.
Hilarious. Yeah, Beckerman, I mean, it is a pretty much a classic, right? Prometheus Time Traveler says 2035 is probably the best year for movies in his opinion. I mean, his Doc Holliday performance in Tombstone is pretty amazing. So Tombstone is a Western about a real event. A cowboy, gunfighter, marshal, who came to the town of Tombstone with his brothers and basically met with some criminal elements and had to take up being a marshal again. His name was Wyatt Earp. I don't know if you've heard that name before. He was one of the most famous cowboys, and he had like 4 or 5 brothers. They were all lawmen at different times, and his best friend was a guy named Doc Holliday, a dentist who had gotten tuberculosis and was kind of slowly dying of it, and he was something of a gambler. But Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp had been friends for an incredibly long time. And then they both met up again in Tombstone, Arizona, and they got into what was called the gunfight at the OK Corral, a very famous battle that wasn't as impressive as this name makes it seem. But it was famous for starting a big feud between the Earp family, the Wyatt Earp family, and I believe it was the Clantons, Ike Clanton and his gang of cowboy criminals. And it lasted for years, I think, between the two of them, trying to kill each other. And the movie Tombstone follows that sort of classic cowboy shootout kind of stuff. It's been made into a movie several times. They made an old black and white movie called The Gunfight at the OK Corral, which Pop would probably say is his all-time favorite. I think they did a movie called My Darling Clementine, also about the Wyatt Earp family. And then Kevin Costner, who you guys have seen in a bunch of stuff, Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner, the dad from the Superman movie. He played Pa Kent from the Superman movies with Zack Snyder did. Field of Dreams. He did a movie called Wyatt Earp, all about the life story of Wyatt and his journey. So it's a story that's been told again and again and again. Great Western. Let's see, but most people say the best version is Tombstone. That's kind of their favorite. I'll be your Huckleberry. Yep, there's that line. Yeah, Lowell from Wings is one of the Clanton guys. Yeah, he also was. Beckerman. He was Sandman in the Spider-Man movies. He was one of the actors in there.
I'll be right back.
I'm pretty sure John is making up all these names of these random characters. Don't put it past me. Bronze Page says some of my favorite comedies you might like: Ghostbusters, Groundhog Day. They've seen both of those. Great movies. Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day. They're not quite old enough for Dumb and Dumber and Anchorman quite yet, but they're getting pretty close. I'm fairly sure. The Costner film is solid at times, but just too long. I mean, it is like a 3-hour epic. I missed the chat. You arrived. You're in time. Don't worry, Simon. We're all here still, brother. So we got a few to add to the list here. Should I put Tombstone? I'll put Tombstone on there, even though
I want to finish. Here's what I want to see. What I want to see.
Yeah, Sister's gone. You take over for now.
I want to finish the Star Wars that we started. I
Yes.
want to watch Turning Red.
Yes, it's on the list, right?
And I really want to see Top Secret.
Top
These
Secret.
are my 3 that I'm like.
They're all on our list.
need
Good.
to see.
They're all here. So we got stuff here on the list.
Boba can wait.
Yes, Boba can wait.
I do agree with JP again. I think Dennis Quaid, who played Doc Holliday in Kevin Costner's film, does an amazing job as Doc. But it's hard when Kurt and Val did such a great job with the pair of them in Tombstone. It's an unfair comparison. I think Dennis Quaid should get more recognition for his performance. I do agree.
Did we miss the super chat?
Did we miss a super chat? Simon R did a super chat. Was I too busy talking about stuff?
Possibly. I think I vaguely remember it.
I know we got one from Ariel. Oh, how did I miss that?
Sorry.
How did I miss that? I get talking about movies and then stuff just goes by. Simon, my apologies, man. We'll give you some good stuff. Yeah, Beckerman, thanks for the reminder on that. My apologies. We'll keep going though. Hey. And just for the comedy's sake, how about this?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
That's from Blazing Saddles, girls. You haven't seen that one yet. The same guy who did Spaceballs, which we watched recently. He did a movie making fun of westerns.
Wait, who's the main actor in Who's the main actor in Spaceballs?
The main actor in Spaceballs is Bill Pullman, or Daphne Zuniga is the
Bill
female
Pullman
character.
From While You Were Sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
He plays the Han Solo, Luke Skywalker blended character. So there you go. Beckerman, awesome, brother. I appreciate that. Raising Arizona and Saving Silverman. Yeah, both not really kid ready yet, but Ben Compton's on the right track. So look, our list keeps growing. John Candy is the star of a lot of things, I think.
Oh, he's so funny in that movie.
Blazing Saddles is a great movie, and I think the girls are getting ready for some of Mel Brooks's stuff. I know his comedy is very bawdy is the nice way to say it, but like the idea that it's a little risque. He's making fun of like, men and women and things. So you get, some of Spaceballs was a little inappropriate, right? Yeah. Like there's a little saucy. All of his movies are like that, and he did it a ton. Why not?
I don't know. You just. I forget who.
Now that you've seen Austin Powers and you've seen all 3 of those movies, I kind of feel like Mel Brooks is tame by comparison. And I think, yes, to JP's point, Mel Brooks has an incredible catalog. And he made fun of Robin Hood with Robin Hood Men in Tights. Mm-hmm. He made fun of horror movies with Young Frankenstein. He made fun of Westerns with Blazing Saddles. He even made fun of Hitchcock movies with a movie called High Anxiety, where he tried to make his own version of like a Hitchcock kind of a movie. He's a very funny, clever guy. He played Yogurt in Spaceballs, right? Yeah. So he played the version of Yoda.
Yogurt, bro.
Yeah. So he is definitely a filmmaker that I adore. And in particular, I'm a mega Young Frankenstein fan. His movie, he wrote the script for Young Frankenstein, and it stars the original Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder. Great movie. Hilarious. We started to watch it, but I think we got distracted and we didn't even get close to halfway, I don't think.
Well, we're gonna have to restart.
I do think it's worth watching, yeah. But he's done a bunch of those sort of fake like comedies that are like based on popular movies. He even did a Dracula one called Dracula Dead and Loving It that I think is somewhat underrated, especially the stake through the heart scene. Is that alone is comedic gold. Pop for one of his Father's Days, we took him to go watch Blazing Saddles, the Western, in a giant theater at South Coast Repertory Theater. And then Mel Brooks, the director, writer, star, came out after and spoke about the movie.
You see Mel Brooks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh
he's quite old, and he lives, I want to say he has a house in Orange County.
Wait, what celebrities have you met? Because I feel like you've met a lot.
I didn't meet him. I saw him.
You've seen.
It's like being at a restaurant and looking over and being like, I think that's Kenny Rogers, but I don't know that that's Kenny Rogers. Like, it's the same idea.
Wait,
and yes, I picked Kenny Rogers as my example because my wife and I on our honeymoon were at a restaurant. We were like, I think that's Kenny Rogers. I don't know if that's Kenny Rogers.
What about the time you guys went to El Capitan?
History of the World Part 2 is a great movie because he never made a Part 1. He just did Part 2. He started with Part 2. Yes, we started with Spaceballs because they both have watched that now. So they have seen Spaceballs. That was their first full Mel Brooks film. Sunny is here. The family dog. Nicole's here. Hate to leave so early in the show, but I got to go help make breakfast for my grandparents. Yeah, bye. Have a great day, Nicole. So he's got several hilarious movies, Mel Brooks. And he's also been an actor in movies at other times. He's not necessarily just a writer, producer, director, but he's usually in most of his movies somewhere. So he played Yogurt, but he was also like President Scrooge, the like evil villain in Spaceballs 2, right? He was playing both parts. John is not making up names. It's not happening. Not doing it. I'm not yet. Not today. Maybe later.
Daddy.
Why are we whispering? Just speak it.
What about the guy you saw at El Capitan on the beach?
I don't remember what actor we saw there, but I mean, I'm sure there was somebody. It's there's lots of people. This is Southern California. People work and live in these areas.
He walked past us, and we were like cooking our doughboys.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a beard,
This is really going to be a boring story. I'm just telling the audience.
But I feel like he was in some sort of Game of Thrones, and he was like a small character.
It was one of the actors from the TV show Legion, but I'm not going to remember who. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's Southern California. You tend to like see people out living their lives.
Didn't Uncle BJ see Justin Bieber once?
Yes.
And he like patted Jack on the head, and he was like,
facts.
Wait, what did he say? Was he just like, hola?
I wasn't there for any of that. I wasn't there for any of that. And God willing, we will all meet up again in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Good line, Beckerman. I love it. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
He was like, oh, remember when he's like, geez, are you guys old? And he says the A word.
Yeah.
And he's like, how many?
I said across her nose, not up it. There's a lot of, he's got a good way with words. He's very funny with the way he uses words. So we can add, I'll just write Mel Brooks movies and we'll just try to do some. As far as comedies, when I was a kid, Mel Brooks made all the best ones. But that was me. So there you go. Better? Mm-hmm. There you go. We got all Mel. We just put Mel Brooks' whole catalog on the list. Forgot about Airplane and Naked Gun and Police Academy. As far as silly humor goes, yes. All really, really good. Ludicrous Speed. Go. So funny. A Spaceballs sequel would have been awesome. And again, Mel had a slew of movies. I would recommend, if you have only seen a smattering of his movies, if you can find a way to see his movie High Anxiety, which is making fun of Hitchcock's style of filmmaking, I think it's hilarious. It's one of my favorites. He also did the movie The Producers, that became a Broadway musical and became very popular.
Oh, yeah, Producers. Isn't that with Daniel?
So are we being literal? No, he said, comb the desert. So we're combing the desert. Remember they're dragging the combs.
Oh, yeah, and they're
sand.
like, that was funny.
Yes, Monty Python, also a good crew, Ariel. Totally agree. Sorry, Beckerman is saying Zucker and Abrams, another great satirical comedy writer, producer team. And they made fun of detective shows. They made fun of the airport films with the movies Airplane and Airplane 2. Very funny guy. And then they got involved in the Scary Movie films after at some point. Not the very first Scary Movie. I think they did the later ones. Zucker brothers and Abrams, right? So good. So, or the Abrams brother and the Zucker? I can't remember. I think we're gonna get out of here and get on with our day. I think that's we talked a lot of good movies. We got a lot of things to enjoy, and Charlie's got a soccer game a little later.
I'm gonna finish the Star Wars. And we need to see Top Secret.
It's written down. I am going to be on my channel again on Monday night for the final Comet Gories Winter Olympics show. We are going to have an amazing packed panel. Besides me and JP, we're going to have 8 community members playing in pairs to try to win gold in the pairs Comet Gory comic sharing event. So you got to be there. Definitely be there Monday night at 9 Eastern for the finale of the Winter Olympics. And we're going to be taking a little Comet Gories break for all of April. Hopefully be back in May at some point. But just as a reminder, that's the next time I'm hosting anything on my channel for a little while. Before then, I'll be on D&D with JP tomorrow night. Hopefully. I think we're waiting to hear from Old Wolf if he's available. Because we were going to skip a week, but then schedules flipping around. I'm going to be on Justin's channel, of course, for Tuesday night is Omni X-Men's break because we're on Morbius's channel for his 1-year anniversary Tuesday night instead. So lots of fun things in the works, lots of things coming up. If I missed anything, I'm sorry. Those are just, I'm 3-4 days out. John and the ladies made my weekend. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that, man. What? You got a joke to finish us off with?
A few.
Can you pick the best one?
No, it is.
No, just the best one.
It's a long one.
Oh man.
How do you fit an elephant into a fridge?
How do you fit an elephant into a fridge?
You open it up and put it in. How do you fit a giraffe in a fridge?
You open it up and fit it in?
No, you
take the elephant out and
then
put
you
the giraffe
in. Okay, whatever. Okay, better one. Okay, so the Lion
I said start with the best one, and you just didn't do it.
The Lion King was having a party and invited all the animals in the land. One animal didn't come. Which one?
I don't know.
The giraffe. It was in the fridge.
Oh my gosh.
An old man needed to cross the river, but the river was infested with hungry crocodiles ready to eat him. He got across alive. How? Crocodiles were at the birthday party.
Oh my gosh.
When the old man got to the other side, he died. How?
I don't know.
Old age. He was an old man. He just died.
I'm sure you're all glad that you hung around to the end this week. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you for hanging out.